Hey guys, welcome back. Shock here for another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. Today, I am bringing you guys a update to my virtual world list for the brand new format of February 2020 with my virtual world list. So if you guys are excited for that, please comment, like, and subscribe, guys. We are getting so close to 200 subscribers. So if you guys could do me a huge favor, go ahead and subscribe, comment on this video, and like this video. Let me know that you guys enjoy this content, and we can get straight into it. Just going to be talking about the main deck and the extra deck today, as well as a couple of additions to the deck. We obviously lost a couple copies of Desires, but we still have E-Telly at 3 now, which is pretty cool. So this is my interpretation of how the deck is kind of going forward. And there's a couple different versions that I've been toying around with, but this is, I think, the coolest one for post Banlist that I think has a decent amount of potential. So let's get straight into it. First off, we're going to start off with our monsters, and then we'll go on to our spells and traps and extra deck. So first off, you're playing your virtual world core of 3 Lulu, 3 Gigi, 3 Lily, 3 Lalo, which is somewhere around here. I think I grabbed too many, but yeah, so you get the idea. The 12 names, they're all really good. Not much needs to be said about them. And then something unique about my list, maybe the 3 Nian to go along with the 12 names. So I like Nian in this deck because we're playing the 3 E-Telly now. And the reason why I think this is so good is because we lost Desires. Yeah, it's a +1, and this deck really needs +1s as much as it can. But E-Telly can become a +1 with Nian in the graveyard. And I think this deck needs to focus a little bit more on like level 3s now. Nian being basically a level 3 reborn from the graveyard means you can make rank 3s really easily. And also it's nice to have 3 Nian, especially post side. I mean, before you side, because E-Telly can like bring out like any non-tuner Nian from your deck, and then you could bring a Nian from the graveyard, make it a tuner, and you could go for level 6 synchro. So it's nice to have all 3 copies. Definitely, I will tend to side out one Nian though into games 2 and 3 for more going second cards. So just FYI. Spell cards: 3 City, 3 Qinglong, 1 Desires, and 1 Upstart Goblin is what we're playing for the spells. This is up to personal preference. Obviously, I think playing 3 and 3 is really good for the virtual world cards. 1 Desires is really good as well. And then if you don't want to play the Upstart Goblin, I was considering playing Foolish Burial Goods. I don't think it's a horrible card to play. It's just kind of up to personal preference. I could probably toy around with it a little bit. I do like Upstart being able to get you to your Lulu, but Foolish Burial Goods is a little bit more of a consistent option. So both have their merits. And then you're playing your standard 2 of your Chuche, 1 of your Zwanwu. Not much needs to be said about that. I don't think a whole lot of the deck building has changed besides the 3 E-Telly, and then losing the 2 Desires, and then I just added a normal summon and Upstart. So that hasn't changed a whole lot. We are playing Fairy Tale Snow in this list, so this is pretty cool. This is like a cool addition because this deck can always discard this card if it draws it, which, yeah, this card's a Garnet, but since we play 1 Desires, it's less of a chance to banish this card. And the other really cool thing about this card is that we have really easy access to Beatrice in this deck. It just makes rank 6s without a problem. And this is one of the best cards in the history of the game that you can send off a Beatrice. So I figured I'd give it a shot. I haven't tested it a whole lot, but I do feel like we do get quite a few cards in the graveyard. Going first, being able to cycle through our synchro monsters and draw a bunch of cards, and then Snow banishes those cards to go ahead and book a card, which is nice. It puts a lot of damage on board. Beatrice plus your Snow is going to go ahead and give you over 4,000 damage with the Shen. It's close to game, and it was really nice, and a really nice interaction in this deck, and we'll kind of get to it later in the profile. But especially since we have access to Nian a lot more consistently in the deck, being able to summon out the Break Sword with like a Nyan Nyan from grave and like maybe a Lulu from hand, then you summon Break Sword pops the Snow, which is a free body to pop, and then you can just bring Snow right back. So Snow has multiple uses. I actually don't play any cards to actually synchro with it, but I do like the aspect that Break Sword can kind of take advantage of Snow in that way. But besides that, Snow is just a beat stick and a card to basically stop you from getting killed the next turn. So just a real nice recurable resource. The final thing I do want to talk about with Snow that a lot of people might not consider is that you can use this card during your opponent's turn or during your turn to banish your own virtual world cards, and then when you do that, you're able to use Chuche to cycle those cards back. So yeah, I just think it's a pretty cool addition to the deck. It might not be the best thing, it might be slightly bricky, but I do like it. It also helps you play around evenly matched, so one of the main problems this deck has. So yeah, Fairy Tale Snowman, pretty cool card. And then your hand trap lineup, I think this is pretty standard for me. The 1 Ghost Ogre, the 3 Ash, the 3 Veiler, and then the 3 Imperm. These cards are all nuts. Yeah, not much needs to be said about them. They're all really, really good. So you just play these. They're less impactful, but I feel like there's going to be like less combo decks right now and more just like grindy decks. So we don't have to worry too much about getting overwhelmed, I feel like. Finally, let's move on to the extra deck. We're going to start with our synchros. So first off is the 1 Shen Shen, the 1 Croc, and the 1 Vermilion Dragon Mech. These are your level 9s. I really like playing all 3 of these. Not much needs to be said. Shen Shen is a very strong card, and you should abuse as much as you can. Your level 6s, 1 Juju, 1 Coral, and 1 Stardust Charge Warrior. This hasn't changed. I really like these cards. They're pretty consistent in what they do, and I love to just draw more cards as much as I can. 1 Zolkin and 1 Crystal Wing. These cards just help you against Nibiru, help you out like big boss monsters. Very, very good package here. And then on to the XYZs. We're playing 2 rank 3s because I really like both of these. They're dual purpose for sure. Gossip Shadow and Break Sword are both. I really enjoy playing them, especially with Nyan Nyan at 3 and then Itelli at 3. I think it's a lot easier to make these cards and abuse like the rank 3s and the level 6 synchros. And then you're playing for your rank 6s, the 1 Fan, the 1 Beatrice, and the 1 M7. So these cards are just like insanely versatile, which is why I like them so much. You know, Fan being able to take out cards from your opponent's field and their graveyard, which is like crazy. Beatrice being able to add you resources basically into the graveyard, or getting you disruption with a Fairy Tale Snow, which is something that's just absolutely nuts to me. And then the M7 being able to add resources back from graveyard or clear threats. I just really love the versatility these ranks 6s give you. And then the 1 Gaia Charger and the 1 Zeus. I really was considering also, like if you don't want to play Snow, you could play Downward Magician. I really like Downward Magician a lot in this deck instead of this card. Because then you wouldn't play Beatrice if you didn't play Snow. And then you could play like any other random card you didn't want to play that you didn't have space for. But yeah, that'll actually do it, guys, for the list. Let me know what you guys thought. Overall, I think Virtual World has a really good chance of being decent this format. So yeah, let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.